The $1 Million Ordinary. On a windy Tuesday morning in Columbus, Ohio, 38-year-old Evan Marshall sat at the breakfast table staring at a credit card statement so long it felt like a penalty from the universe. His coffee had gone cold. The unpaid balance, $19,432.17. Interest rate, 24.99%. He let out a breath that sounded like defeat. 3 years ago, Evan had imagined himself climbing into a better chapter of adulthood. Marriage, maybe kids, maybe even a backyard grill. Instead, his life was a series of outstanding balances: credit card debt, medical bills from an ER visit without insurance, a card that seemed to break every time his finances started looking survivable. He wasn't reckless, he wasn't lazy, he was just average. But average in America could feel like drowning. An email notification buzzed his phone. Another bill. He rubbed his forehead. "How do people get ahead?" he muttered, when the starting line keeps moving further away. He finished the cold coffee, grabbed his worn laptop, and clocked in to work remotely. His job, customer support for an insurance platform, paid $22 an hour. Decent, but not enough to outrun rising rents, prices, or the slow bleed of interest. He answered emails robotically, but the weight of the debt sat on his chest like a dumbbell. Then came the message that would change everything. It was from a sender he hadn't heard from in 5 years, Marcus Hale. Evan blinked. Marcus, his college roommate, the extrovert genius who built apps for fun. The guy who once said, "One day I'm gonna build something big, you watch." Marcus had become a tech entrepreneur in Austin, last Evan heard. The subject line read, "Let's catch up. I've got a proposal." Evan's heart twitched with curiosity. A proposal? For what? He clicked. "Hey Ev, long time. I know things got busy. I've been building something I think you'd find interesting. I'm flying to Columbus this week, free for dinner on Friday." Marcus Evan stared at the message. Marcus Hale didn't fly anywhere without purpose. He wasn't a just catching up guy. He used calendars like military tools. If Marcus wanted a meeting, something was brewing. But why Evan? He wasn't a tech guy. He wasn't a business guy. He wasn't even financially stable. Friday evening came fast. Marcus arrived at the restaurant wearing a charcoal blazer that screamed understated wealth. Not flashy, but unmistakably successful. His watch alone looked like it cost Evan's rent 5 times over. "Ev!" Marcus pulled him into a hug. "You look alive." "That's a generous assessment," Evan joked weakly. They ordered food, exchanged small talk, and then Marcus leaned forward. "Let me cut to the chase," he said. "I'm working on something big, and I want you in." Evan nearly choked on his water. "Why me?" Marcus smiled like someone who was about to drop a plot twist. "Because you understand people, because you're grounded, and because this industry needs someone who represents the actual American, not investors wearing Patagonia vests." "Industry," Evan echoed. "What industry?" "Finance, personal finance, wealth building, the stuff nobody teaches people like us." He pulled out his tablet and opened an interface. On the screen was a sleek dashboard titled CommonCents. "This," Marcus said, "is a platform that teaches real-world financial literacy, practical stuff, not textbook junk, saving, investing, budgeting, debt payoff, entrepreneurship. It analyzes a person's financial situation and builds a custom roadmap." Evan scrolled. It was clean, intuitive, friendly. "Looks good," he said. "But why me?" "I need someone who understands struggle," Marcus replied simply. "Someone who can help shape the content so normal people don't feel stupid using it." Evan looked at him, stunned. "But Marcus, I'm drowning in debt. I'm not the guy who gives financial advice." "Exactly. Marcus said, "I don't need an expert. I need a real person." Evan leaned back, conflicted. "What's the catch?" Marcus grinned. "The catch is you get equity, a small slice now, more if you decide to join the team part-time." Evan blinked. "Equity in a startup. You said you wanted a way out, right?" Marcus said quietly. "This could be your way out." Evan didn't sleep that night. Evan researched equity, vesting schedules, and startup risks. He learned the uncomfortable truth. Most startups fail, but something inside him, long dormant, sparked. A part that wanted more than surviving paycheck to paycheck. He said yes. Marcus immediately put him to work, reviewing lesson scripts, writing feedback, recording voice demos for educational modules. It was overwhelming at first, like learning a new language. Index funds, compound interest, debt avalanche versus snowball, asset classes, cash flow statements, FICO scoring, emergency funds. These were words Evan had heard before, but never understood deeply. But as he learned, something strange happened. His own financial life started making sense. It was like lifting fog off a map. He created a budget for the first time in 20 years. He built a $1,000 starter emergency fund. He refinanced a lingering car loan to a lower rate. He consolidated high-interest debt to a lower-interest personal loan. He cut subscriptions he didn't remember purchasing. Every week he felt a tiny bit stronger. One day, Marcus joined a late-night video call. "You're getting good at this," he said with a grin. Evan shrugged. "Once you understand the mechanics, it's not black magic. It's just math and discipline." Marcus raised an eyebrow. "That's literally what experts say." "I'm not an expert." "Maybe not yet." Yet. That word stayed with him.